Hello YouTube, how is everybody doing today? Hello friends, hello family, hello freedom enthusiasts and freedom fighters. How is everybody doing today? Well, it is December 2018, coming to you today from the Sonoran Desert, in the quartzite area of Arizona right now, coming to you here live from a wash with some beautiful vegetation. It appears to be some ironwood back there. So where do I start? It's been a couple of months since I have uploaded everything. I've been in the dark, kind of been in a little bit of a hole, going through another season, a season in life. How many of you know what I'm talking about? The seasons of life. What is a season of life? Well, to me, it's change. It's change, and if there's anything that I know about life, it's constant change, and everything is in some kind of a constant change. And there's seasons, and things will go on for a little while, for periods, and then there'll be some chaos, and then there'll be some change, and then we'll evolve into something else. Okay, so that's kind of the philosophy here with it all. As you know, I'm very philosophical, so I kind of like to throw a little philosophy into the mix a bit here. Okay, so updates, December update. Obviously, I'm not sitting in a full hookup lot. I'm back out here into the desert where it feels good to be free again, and free from, being free from being tied down, and being in a space of just being a little more liberated and self-sufficient. There's been quite a few things that have changed. One of them is Bobby and I are not together at the moment. We have split up. We have decided publicly that that's all that we're going to share about it. I don't really have anything more to share on it, other than I want to let you know, those of you that care, that her and I are fine. Everything is fine between me and her. We've just decided it's best to just split up at this time. I won't be commenting about it. I won't be talking about it. If you ask questions about it, I won't answer them. I won't engage in any kind of dialogue more about that. And just all I ask is that you just respect that as I would for you. Next, move on to the next order of business. Like I said, going through another season in my life, and I guess what does that mean to me? Well, it just means it's reevaluation, and kind of reevaluating what things that have been working well, things that haven't been working well for me. I think one of the things that I've just kind of come to a couple of conclusions on. Just for example, what I have been doing up in Florence, working seasonally and traveling. It's time for another change for me. And I think that there's just been just a whole host of accommodations of things. And I think it's just time for a change. I'm ready to move on and do something that's going to just be more productive and just more sustainable over like a long period of time. And so I've just been reevaluating a lot of things, just reevaluating what I'm doing in my career, how I earn a living. This lifestyle, if you're not retired, it can be challenging to figure out how you're going to make it all work. for yourself. And everybody's going to be different. Everybody has a different story. Everybody starts with a lot of financial resources when they begin, and some start with nothing. However, I don't recommend that anybody just come out here and start with nothing. I certainly didn't. I worked a good solid 15 years or more before I came out here and started, just decided to do things differently, live differently, and sell everything. You know, I didn't come out here with nothing. So those of you that are young and thinking about doing this, you know, I would just encourage that you prepare accordingly. So, going back to what I was saying, that when you come out, you know, you're trying to figure out how you're going to make things work financially. And I know that for me, it's been kind of this process of comfort, you know, and freedom. So if you want more comfort, it's going to cost more money. If you want more freedom, it could potentially cost you less freedom. And, well, no, I'm sorry, less. If you want more freedom, it's going to cost you less money. Yes, that's what I meant to say. And I think that this is something that I know when I first came into the lifestyle, this is something I've had a battle with. And just because when you come from a traditional lifestyle where maybe you're making 50, 60, 70, 80, $100,000 a year, and you kind of just boom, you know, maybe live on $10,000 a year, man, that's a really radical thing for a lot of people to adjust to and to digest to. And some people kind of, everybody's going to kind of, you know, everybody's going to come from a different angle. I know for me, it's been a slow progression to really kind of understanding this concept of freedom and understanding the concept of comfort and trying to figure out the balance between the two. The balance between the two, between comfort and freedom. And I know that this is not a new, I'm not coming up here, I don't want to take credit for something. I didn't come up with this idea. This is an idea that's been talked about before, the freedom and the comfort thing. But I know for myself, it's been somewhat of an issue, you know. But so I've been trying to figuring this component out. So kind of going back to the whole income situation, you know, and understanding the costs and everything. I've basically I've been working seasonally, and I've been basically living in an RV park and paying RV park rents. And I don't know if a lot of you guys are aware, but the costs of living in an RV parks, they are skyrocketing. They are going up. When I first moved to the Oregon coast, a monthly lot park rent at an RV park was $375, $400 a month. Well, now in the Florence area, and pretty much predominantly on the entire Oregon coast, RV parks now are $500 a month plus electricity in most cases, but $500 seems to be the bare minimum. But you know, wages and everything aren't increasing, and you know, to offset some of these costs. And it's basically, I just chalk it up as just inflation, and that's what, you know, is a real problem right now, just in America, everywhere. Inflation, and I'm not going to go into politics because, you know, politics can be blamed for part of it, but it's also the money system in this country. I mean, the way the money system works, and I'm not even going to get into that. I'll just say the Federal Reserve and the money printing and inflation, and I'll just leave it at that. And you guys can do other research if you want, but it's affecting everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I've just realized that this whole, you know, it's this thing, you know, it's not just something that's sustainable, you know, and we all have to prepare accordingly, and we all have to, I think differently and change what we're doing. So my mindset is starting to shift towards not paying rent, and as kind of a way to either bank enough cash so that I can buy my own lot, my own place, and or simply be a nomad, set my lifestyle up so where I don't own property and I just kind of be nomadic, which I tend to kind of like the former plan, which is to eventually have my own property. But even that's kind of becoming a dicey situation. You know, I've done a lot of research into owning my own property with my RV on it and living on my land with my RV. And yes, there are places that you can do it. There's places in Arizona you can do it. There's places in Nevada you can do it. they come with their own host of challenges. You know, maybe there may not be water, there may not be electricity, and you know, it's not. They're generally areas where it would be very hard to live there year-round. So again, it goes back to, we're back to this whole snowbirding concept where it just works, you know, being a snowbird. So you have to sometimes, I think, ask yourself the question, do you really want to own property, you know? Although to me it's a good idea for me. I like the idea because eventually I'm going to want my own place, and I would like, you know, I'd like to have, I think, my own home, my own property in probably the north, so where I would be near enough resources to sustain myself, water, wood, you know, wood to burn, area where I could garden, and yes, properties are going to be, you know, more money. So there, you know, Oregon is an area that's on my radar, and I still like Oregon. Just Oregon has a lot of rules and restrictions with a variety of things, just like everywhere. So, but there is some ways around it. So I've talked about kind of where I seem to be, my motivations going. But anyway, so I've just been, the last couple months, I've just been really racking my brain as to, you know, what I'm going to do next, you know, because I am ready for change. And as I have stated a lot of times on all my videos, that I didn't necessarily have a plan, a real solid plan with what I was going to do. I had to figure out a lot of things as I've gone, and I'm still figuring things out, which is part of the fun, but it can also be very stressful at times. So, and I'm not going to, I certainly don't want to sugarcoat that. So there's times when it can get a little bit frustrating with, you know, what you are going to do, you know, because we all know what you know, the grand plan is, and that's basically go back to doing what it would do, go back to living how everybody else is living. And we know by the statistics that a lot of people are miserable, unhappy, and broke, and just, you know, chained down. Basically, they have what appears to be a lot of comfort, but little to no freedom at all. And so that's where we find ourselves in this spectrum again. So where do I go next? Where am I kind of leading up to here? And I guess that's what I've, right now at this time, I am considering trucking. I already have my Class A CDL. I've had it for many, many years. And so I know about driving trucks, but it's been kind of something that I think would be a great fit for me right now, with if I don't want to pay rent and I don't mind kind of living all over the place. I think it would be a great thing to try. So it would be over-the-road trucking. And I know what everybody's hearing, oh God, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. Yes, I know. And depending on who you talk to, you'll get, there's probably more people that will tell you don't do it than do it. But I think what a lot of the people that say don't do it don't understand is that you get, you know, trucking is just like any professional trade. When you get your experience, and in today's economy, it could be anywhere between 6 months to a year of experience, you can pretty much write your ticket at any type of a trucking job that you want, and, you know, set your lifestyle up to how you really want it, what works for you. So I think for me, I think it would be awesome to have an opportunity where I could work for like 8 months and then maybe take a couple of months off. So the winter off, probably the winter off, if that's even possible. But so anyways, I think that that's the direction that I seem to be going in, and also because of the financial rewards. My small handyman and property maintenance business, unless I want to scale it and hire people and, you know, turn it into a small company, that's really the only way that I'm going to really be able to have some kind of substantial rewards with it. So yes, it's been working out well, and I can always go back to doing that again. And I considered myself to be, I think I had some good success with it, and I know a lot of the work that I did for people were very, very happy with. And I was in a very small niche market in a small community, under 10,000 people, and there was a definite need for the services that I provided. So that's another tip for those of you that are self-employed. You know, everywhere in America, you got to find a market where there's people that, there's a definite need, and there's people that have the resources to pay you for your services. And once you can find that mix, there's a lot of opportunity out there. So just keep that in mind. But you're going to have to work really hard, and you're going to have to work long hours, and and it also could be seasonal what you're doing. And I know that that's been one of the things that is a little frustrating with what I do. Is a lot of the work I do is very seasonal. So the trucking would be something that it's going on all of the time, and in most respects in today's economy, because of the driving shortage, there's work everywhere. There's work everywhere. Whether the economy, it goes up, it goes down, or it goes sideways, there's jobs. And that's a good place to be until automation takes over, until the self-driving trucks take over, which that's a debate, an ongoing debate as to when we could potentially see that. My understanding is it's quite a ways off, and they haven't quite figured out, it's a ways out. So that leads me back to kind of where to right here, and just explaining to you guys what's been going on. Thanks for all of the comments, and there's been a lot of new subscribers that have come to the channel. Thanks for subscribing. I know I haven't been putting out a lot of content, but stick with me. Don't quit. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on me. So I hope I can be of value to you guys. That's the driving force behind my videos, to provide some value for you all. Have some fun. A lot of you have been asking if am I gonna be at the RTR 2019. Last time I was at RTR, I dropped by last year. I was at the 2016. It was really small back in those days. There wasn't a lot of people. I know it's gotten really big, and it's kind of pushed me away a little bit just because of the amount of people that show up. So I think there's a good chance that I am going to be there this 2019, next month, January. I don't know where it's going to be yet. Bob hasn't announced it yet. If I do show up, I'm not going to be in like the epicenter of where everything is going on. I'll be out like kind of on the outskirts a little bit. You might have to find me a little bit. I'm a little bit of a recluse like that, but I'm not antisocial. So please come up and say hi, and I'll be out walking around and everything. So I just don't do drama very well, but and that's kind of why I like to kind of be out a little bit and enjoy the camping experience and enjoy the company that I'm with. So what else can I share? There's kind of another, I forgot to kind of share something else, but I might share that maybe another future video. This video has gotten really long. So I think that that's all I got to share for now, guys. But thanks for sticking with me out there, and I hope that you are all doing awesome here. Hope you're all doing awesome here. And I know that life can be a struggle, but you just got to keep pushing forward. You got to keep pushing on, being positive, and associating yourself with great people in your life. And you'll be amazed at what can happen. So I'll talk to you guys later, and I'll be in touch with you guys again. Take care now. Have a great day. Bye-bye.